So I was waiting for this tank to go on sale, and I did a stream or a video like a couple of days ago about my aquarium setup for my bettas, and I got 3.5 gallon tanks, and I told you I was going to upgrade to a 5 gallon, but 5 gallon kits actually were way too much money. And I was waiting for a sale. I told you when I see a sale, I'm going to hit the trigger and buy. So what is this? I don't know because I haven't opened the box. It's a GloFish 5 gallon Crescent tank with blue LED light. Let's see what you get. I got this, I think it was for $38, and I got two of them because the price was right for 5 gallon kits that have the hood and the light and the filter. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Or can you? Let's see. All right, so let's unbox. And you're seeing it first with me. I haven't opened it yet. I have another one. I haven't opened that one yet. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick review. I did a whole 30-minute video about the setup and what have you of this fish tank, and then I'm like, nobody's going to watch it. So when I was going to buy this, I had really no inkling how big it was going to look in person and what kind of pitfalls it was going to have, pros, cons, and what have you. I got it on Amazon, and it was a decent price. It was like $40 or something like that, and it's a GloFish 5 gallon Crescent with blue LED kit fish tank. And so generally it'll come with the hood, with the light, and the filter. And it comes with a Tetra Whisper filter, which takes medium biobag cartridges. That's actually a plus. Again, the light and the hood. And a lot of people actually were not saying very much about it in the reviews. And I was like, oh man, what to expect. And in the pictures, it said that it was a 3 gallon. And so in the pictures, it said 3 gallon, and then it had a box that said 3 gallon. But it was advertised as 5 gallon. So I didn't know if I was going to get a 3 gallon or a 5 gallon. And I was very, very, very worried that it was going to be the smaller size. Turns out 5 gallon, thankfully. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, so here it is after I completely decorated it. I had to wash it and add all the things that it came with and attach the light. By the way, the light and the lid is awful. I'm going to tell you right now, the lid is the worst design ever. It's very flimsy. It's a very flimsy, thin piece of plastic. And when you place it on top, it keeps popping off. You're going to constantly have an issue with it actually fitting into the lip of the tank. And yeah, see already it's not totally settled properly. If you have to move something, if you have to move a plug, if you have to, attach a air stone and stick it in, and then every time you go to lift this lid up, it's not attached to hinges. So you're going to have an issue, and see it's popping off already. So that's a problem. Now, the filter it came with is a little too brisk, or let's just say harsh for a Betta. And a Betta actually lives in a puddle with not much movement of the water. So I had to modify the filter. What I did was I took aquarium foam or sponge that I got on Amazon. I got 2 sheets of it for $10.99. Now I got it. It was an inch thick, and it was about a 9x7 piece, and it came with 2 of them. And so what I did was I cut a piece of foam and I attached it to the top part of the filter, just beneath where it reaches underneath the spout. So when the water comes out, it's not puddling like a waterfall effect. And then when I attached it actually via rubber band. So it has a rubber band holding it on. Now, will that disintegrate? The answer is yes. And so you're going to have to actually change out the rubber band. But as you can see, the water is actually quite smooth. It's really not rippling, not making a waterfall, which is a problem for betta fish. Now, the light is sort of flimsy. It's a very, very small little light that attaches it, actually snaps into place on the top. What I also did was I modified this filter. I don't know if you can see, it's actually a really big canister type of filter. And I added, again, that sponge. I cut it out to fit behind the cartridge media that came with it. So it came with a bio bag that had carbon in it. And I was able to place a sponge and cut it and slide it into the canister all the way down. So I did a custom thing on that just to make it so the water is barely moving. Now on the back it had a flow, like a little switch that you can make the flow faster or slower. Now I have it on the slowest speed, and if I didn't do that little modification, it would have actually been too much of a waterfall effect. So I did have to do that. Now, it did not come with the heater. I had to add that. And I got a hiker. Very, very happy with it. It's actually a submersible heater. And you can actually set the heat to whatever heat level you want. And it'll actually stay at that heat level all the time. It did not come with the rocks. It did not come with the decoration. It just came with this hood, this light, and the tank itself, and the filter. And that was it. So what do I rate it? If it was more than $50, I would say, hey, you know what? You just might as well upgrade and go to a 10-gallon because of this lid is crap. Now, it's made out of plastic. I do have to say it's actually a thick plastic. You can see the shape is actually quite nice. It has almost like a, geometric shapes going through the sides and the back. The front is actually bowed. It's bowed out like a half moon almost, or a crescent moon. And I guess that's why they call it the Crescent. Now, I don't have my under the cabinet lights on right now in my kitchen. And this is the type of glow that it casts. It almost gives everything like a moonlight look. And the light actually, by the way, you need to get one of these things if you're going to have a tank hooked up, because a two plug wall outlet is not going to hold all these plugs. You need to have at least 3 plugs minimum, because again, for the heater, the filter, and the light. So just think about this in advance. Let's see, the light has a switch, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it has a switch. We'll shut it off for a moment. So there's no timer on it. Now, some of these come with timers. This one does not. All right, so let's shut it off and look at it. Okay, so now we can see what it looks like without the light on. And it's actually quite nice as well. So there you go. I put these little jellyfish in, and I put natural, real live Lucky Bamboo plants in there. I also put silk plants. Again, you don't want to put anything hard or sharp that will shred a Betta's fins, because some of those hard plastic plants and decorations can really damage their fins really, really bad. So I put all soft stuff in there. Silk plants, natural plants, jellyfish made out of like gel or rubber that attach to suction cups under the rocks and the gravel. And then again, more silk plants. And I used filtered water that came from my refrigerator. And I used also on top of it Prime. It's called, and it dechlorinates the water. So it takes the chlorine out. It takes the chloramides out. It takes like all the bad fluoride and stuff that even is probably in filtered water. You never know. But my review on this, I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars. And the reason it doesn't get a 5 is because of this lid. It's just absolute and utter garbage. And whoever designed it is an absolute and utter moron. But it came with actually a really high quality filter. Again, you're going to probably have to modify it and spend another $10.99 to get that aquarium sponge or foam to actually slow down the flow. You can put an air stone in there if you have a... By the way, I got one for like about $18. I'll show you really fast. It's made again by Hiker. And this is a mini one. This is actually for small tanks. And it attaches by suction cup to the top of your tank hood. You just plug it in, and it has a built-in air stone and tubing. But I did get an air control valve for another $1.99 from Petco to attach to it, and you can actually slow down the bubbles. So I'm going to actually throw that in there, and then you're going to need 4 plugs now. So that's why think about that before. Beforehand, you might want to get one of these adapters. I got a 2-pack for $10.99. It's made by GE, and it's for chunky plugs, which is perfect. It holds 6. It makes 6 outlets at it. It makes a 2 wall outlet into a 6 outlet. So you might have to invest in that as well. So that's about another 40 something bucks. So this $40 tank will end up costing you a lot more. Again, even though you have the internal heater with the temperature gauge, you want to get an extra one just in case that malfunctions. You don't cook your fish. You can keep an eye on the temperature. So it all adds up is what I'm saying. So this $40 tank will end up running you about 90 to about $100 with all the extras. Then you got the plants, I forgot, the decoration, the gravel. You follow? So it's not a $40 tank. All right, guys, thanks for watching my review of the Crescent by GloFish, by the way. It's a GloFish 5-gallon Crescent tank. I like it. I think it's nice. The only problem is that I just don't like the top on it. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon. So long. The fish, by the way, is coming. If you want to keep an eye on my videos, subscribe to me. I'm going to get 2 more bettas. By the way, I have 2 more. I'm sorry, I have 1 more of this tank. So I have 2 of these same, the same tank with the same decorations. And so 2 bettas are coming in the mail. We'll do an unboxing and unveiling of the bettas that came by mail order. And then both of them are going to have each one of them are going to have a 5-gallon tank just like this. All right, guys, see you all soon, and so long.